Hey everyone, today I'll show you how to grade your movies with a free software that's called DaVinci Resolve. And before we start anything, we have to go into the directory and put the LUTs inside the app. So what you do is you start off by going to your applications and then choose DaVinci Resolve, right click it, and then you go to show package contents. So you click the little arrow right here for it to drop down, and then you go all the way down to resources. You click that little arrow, and then you have LUTs right here. This is where you need to put the LUTs that we gave you. And let's say you just gave us your email, and then you received this little gold package here with one free filter and all the 0 grades. So what you do is you grab the LUTs out of the package and you drag them right in to the LUT section. Okay, I had to put my password in now, which I did, and now they're in here. This part is vital for the whole thing to work. I'll show you later how. Okay, now we're in DaVinci Resolve and we're creating a new project. It's important to do the first step while DaVinci is not yet opened, because then it might have trouble finding the LUTs. Let's call this one tutorial element. And then double click that one. Now this little window right here is the media storage. This will let you choose from where to get the clips. And I already chose that I want a little folder that's on my desktop where the file, the actual movie, is inside. So what I did was I right click here and I do add new location. And then I recommend you set up a file directory for yourself. I had to go to users, then my name, and then to the desktop where I put this little folder where all my clips are going to be inside. You can do it as your desktop, but if you don't want it in the way as much, I recommend you just create a folder in the documents section. But this is where I am right now. Now if I click on the directory I just chose, I will see the little clip that I put in here. This is the clip that I chose, and I just have to drag and drop it into the media pool and then change. So the settings of the video will overwrite the ones of the project. So the next step is already clicking on the edit section. You don't have to edit in DaVinci Resolve. It's decent for editing, but I don't recommend really doing this for a very complex project. What I do is I completely edit the whole movie in Final Cut, then I share it, and then I take the whole file and just drag it into DaVinci. Okay, once you dragged it into the timeline, the next step is going to be just to click on color. Okay, now we're in the color section, and the first thing I recommend you to do is to click on the little key right here. I will explain later why. So we have the clip over here that we're going to grade, and the first thing to do is add an outside node. An outside node is basically just like a layer in Photoshop. Okay, you right click this one and you click add outside node. Now to choose the first LUT, which is going to be a 0 grade. The 0 grade, essentially what it does is it breaks up the colors, so the actual filter will stick better to the media that you put in. Okay, so I go to 3D LUT, all the way down to the 0 grade LUTs, which I just recently put into the LUT folder. And then for this particular clip, which is already very low saturated and low in contrast, which I did on purpose, I shot it in a very cinematic style. So the right 0 grade for this one to use would be the low contrast, low saturation. So let's slap that one on. And already you see the difference right here. The next thing you're gonna do is double click this one, and that is the layer where we apply the actual LUT. So you right click it, go back to 3D LUTs, and go to the water LUTs, and then you choose the water one. The CO stands for color only, and what it does is it doesn't tether with the brightness and contrast that you pre-selected. Apply it right here, you see already what's happening. And then down here at the key output, the gain will allow you to choose the opacity of the actual filter. And in this case, it might be a bit too strong for the material that we have. So I'm going to pull it down a bit to around 70%, which is 0.700. And if you're happy with how the file looks right here, you just go to deliver, and then you choose the direction where you want it to be saved, which in my opinion should be the same folder. So that's what I'm doing here right here. This is the desktop folder where I already got the media inside. I click OK, and then it's added to this render queue. And then the last thing would be just to start rendering it, and then you will find the rendered clip inside the folder that you chose. So why don't you just head over to our website, elementpresets.com, and get your first free filter set, including all the zero grades and the actual water filter that I'm presenting right now. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon.